third big mistake, and I learned that one real quick, either skipping the warm-up or skipping out stretching. When I first started, I remember my first workout was a power snatch, like 2159 or something else.
Jeez, you got thrown off the deep end.
Yeah. And at first I picked it up and I had no idea what I was doing. So the bar was way in front of me, my back was arched, and I'm like, yep, that counts. And I just kept on going, and the coach, he saw me the first day and said, yeah, you better, back down a bit. Just work on stretching and all that stuff. And I was like, you know what you're talking about. I'm doing it. It's over my head. I got it. And slowly but surely, something felt wrong in my body. I was not doing it right. And then I went all through this deep dive again, and I looked up all the mobility stuff, all the importance of that, of warming up and stretching. And it just became a habit, just taking 10 minutes every day just to stretch after the workout or at home. And listening to the coaches, when Paige makes us do, what's it called, the cross-hack squat, I hate it.
Is that what it's called? Better, actually. It's easier to say.
Yeah. I hate it, but it works out. It opens up a lot of things, and it helps you move better for the movements you're working on that day.
Man, I hate to agree with you on this, but I hated the Cossack squat when we first started doing them. And I would cuss out Paige every time. I'd be like, I hate these, but she put them on the board. And I was really terrible at them in the beginning, but that really has helped my hips.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
That may be one of the best things you've brought to the gym. Is the Cossack squat.
That and single leg deadlifts.
No, I did those
strict pull-ups. We're doing them all the time.
I've done both of those before, but the Cossack squat, I never did. You never did that one before.
If you particularly hate a certain movement, it's a very good sign that
Flash.
you
need to put red lights on this.
Yeah.
Attention. Say it again.
If you particularly hate a certain movement, there's a very good probability you need to spend a lot of time working on it. So that's something you definitely need to take into consideration.
Can you do a boomerang about this? Repeat this 5 times.
Yeah. So as you guys see, this is very, very important. Like, if something hurts when you do it, or you don't have the mobility to do it, or just anything that's difficult to do, and you're not able to get into that position or stay stable in that position or be mobile there, that's a very good sign. It's something you need to work on. It's a weakness that you need to bring up. So if you really hate the Cossack squat, there's a very good probability that your groin,
you need it the most.
Your groin is probably susceptible to a harsh injury on heavy squat day. So.
Well, and that brings up a lot of these warm-up exercises that we do. To some people, they may seem trivial, like we just make things up.
Yeah.
But you really should think about this as pre-hab. That's really what that's what I really look at when I'm thinking about warm-ups. Is I really do think about these as pre-hab exercises, because I gain a lot of knowledge and information from rehab specialists that work with all types of different injuries to the shoulders, the hips, the ankles. I could make a really long list about this, but that's honestly that's the rabbit hole I've been going down the last year or so, is those types of things. And I've found some super valuable warm-up exercises that really keep you ahead of all that, because a lot of these things that I see for people with hip issues, I'll see the exercises that they do to rehab the hip, and I'm like, man, if we did those before we had hip issues, we could avoid the hip issue altogether. And that goes so far down the line. Don't think we just make shit up just to mess with you. Like, these things are important. They will keep you ahead of these injuries.
I'm just picturing Mike the Water in my head, like whenever we, like if we're doing, I don't know, dead bugs or something, he's just like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, these things have a real purpose. Like it's either working on some mobility or flexibility issues, or it's working on strength balancing.
Yeah.
There's so many different things like this that you may never realize you have these strength imbalances, but when you start doing these unilateral exercises, it works to build the body to where it can work together, and you don't have your right side carrying 80% of the load and twisting your hips out of sync or out of line. There's a lot of thought that goes into this.
Oh yeah.